I'm Dylan, and welcome to Twisted Rich Garage. What's up, guys, and thanks for joining me on another day at Twisted Rich Garage. Today we're going to hop into this carburetor. It's a Edelbrock 1407 Edelbrock. It's a Carter AFB style carburetor. I've got one of those right here. It's another one that I've got to rebuild here in the near future. This is for another one of the vehicles that we've got going on. My uncle's pickup truck. So, I mean, first things first, we just need to start disassembly. You can use a Torx to get the two plates to get your metering rods out, and then you can also use that to get your choke over here off. You don't have to do this part, but I'm going to pull this mechanism off. I'm going to pull that off because I plan on dipping the entire body into this 5-gallon bucket, which I've got set up with equal parts of Super Purple and water. Then for all of our smaller internal parts, I'm actually going to be using this Berryman Kim Dip carburetor parts cleaner. I've had this stuff for probably going on 20 plus years now, and I've still been using it, so it lasts a really long time, so it's definitely worth the investment. Got a parts washer tub that I'd like to grab another one of these for if I can get a pump for it. That way I can have a little parts washer as well. But again, let's get back into this carburetor. Let's get this torn apart. I'm going to be using this for our metering rods. This carburetor here was on my 1972 Plymouth Satellite 2-door. It was a Roadrunner clone. It was my dad's before he passed away. Me and him did quite a bit of work to that. Yeah, I'm happy I'm going through this. There's definitely some gunky stuff on there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but definitely needs a little bit of a cleaning. So set that aside. And there's a spring in there as well. Get that set aside. All right, maybe get this other one off here. There we go. Yep, gunky. Definitely worth the clean. Pull off this back here. Make sure there's no filter or anything in there. Sometimes on some of them they can have a filter in this section. And then there's in this fill here. And then there's the two other sections that can have filters, and I'm pretty sure that's where ours is. So I'm gonna go ahead and start getting this choke pulled off, because I don't want this plastic body going into the cleaner. I don't want it getting damaged, because this carburetor's old. It's been sitting on the shelf here at my house. Well, it's been sitting on the shelf 10, 12, 15 years or so. It's been a long time. So pull all this off. There's a plate in there. And then I'm just gonna leave that all together as one piece. I'm just gonna set that aside. There's just a little arm in here that catches that. And that's what opens and closes the choke. Get this other holder off here. Alright, we'll get those into the small cleaner as well, maybe. So we're going to need to remove this clip from the choke arm, which attaches to this upper body. There's just a little clip here. You use a little small pair of needle nose if you can. Just pull that off. Just pop the little arm off. What I like to do is I like to actually put the little clips right back on the arms. That way I know where they are and where they go. The next step, we've got an arm over here on our accelerator pump. So let's get that clip off. Pull that arm off. Put the clip right back on, and then this will actually come out. And pay attention to what hole this was in. That way you can put it right back in the same one. I'll just review the footage, and that way I know, because I wasn't paying attention. So after that, we can go ahead and start pulling our top plate off, I believe. No, we got one more linkage. Sorry, there's another linkage over here that we need to pull off. It's right here. There's a clip on the back side. So pull that off. We can pull that arm out of there. Put our clip back on. And then this arm, if you want to pull it off, you can. It like twists and then pulls out. I'm gonna try to leave it there. So now we're gonna grab our flathead. We're gonna start pulling our top plate off. It's one of the things I like about these Edelbrock carburetors is they're just two pieces. And generally, when these carburetors sit for a really long time, you can actually, you know, just throw them on a vehicle, and they're usually good. But considering this one's been sitting so long, I just want to make sure. We got some different length studs here, so you just put those right in back in there, and then we'll get them set out accordingly. Here. This should be all of our top plate screws. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to set them here. Got one more I missed right here. Those are the same size. Want to make sure you get these in the same spots they were in. So our long one goes right next to our accelerator pump. Set those there. Those two are the same. And those two are the same. All right, so the only long one is the one by our accelerator pump. So now we should, in theory, be able to separate these two if we have any luck. Coming free now. Use the plastic end of my handle, that way I know it's not getting tore up. And then what you want to do is you want to flip it over just like that. And there's your floats, your accelerator pump, your needles and seats. And you can just set that aside, and then we'll get that taken apart. Yeah, I'm happy I'm taking this all apart because this is pretty dirty. Get our accelerator spring pump out if we can without busting it. So we will need that if we don't have it in the rebuild kit. Alright, so next there are these two little plates inside the float bowls, but I think I might just leave them there. They seem in their position. So we're gonna need this Allen thing again, our hex head. Go ahead and pull our front venturis. Yeah, the screws definitely feel gummy. And the car that was, like I said, the car that this was in before, I ran always pure gas, so. Alright, those are long ones as well. You want to be careful, you don't want to strip these. Just give it a little wiggle and it should come free. There's a gasket underneath it. Which these gaskets don't look horrible, but they are dried. So we'll get them changed. We'll just put that whole assembly just like that in the chem dip. Clean all of our parts. I need to invest in a set of T-handles or some screwdriver style of these. I had a okay set, but it slowly deteriorated over the years. See if I've got one that fits that. Just once we break them free. That way they'll come out a little bit faster. There we go. I've only got so much video to show you guys. I don't want you guys sitting here watching for 2 hours. Alright, gasket came up with that one too. Oh yeah, gunky. Alright. Put those screws back down in there. That'll help get your gasket off sometimes. Come on there, come off there. Come on. Alright, there. There we go. Alright. There's our second one. And we need to also pull out our squirters. This is what squirts the fuel when, from the accelerator pump. This one. Yes. Alright, gasket there as well. Okay. There's our squirters. And these are they'll have a little number on the very top. This is a 35 squirter. All right, let's get our back ones out. All right, so it's the right size. Let's go. Break them free with this. Oh man, that one definitely feels good. These are our secondaries. So those are our primaries, the small ones. Our secondaries are these big ones in the back. There'll also be a gasket underneath that. Crackle, crackle. There we go. That side. There's one of our primaries, or secondaries, sorry. Come on. There we go. Gasket's a little stuck on there. There we go. And there's going to be this weighted flapper that was stuck. That should be free spinning like that. But it's gummy in there, so that's to the side. Get that cleaned as well. Go ahead and pull both of our idle air or air fuel mixture screws out completely. And we'll reset it to a base tune whenever we go to put it on the vehicle and fire it up. Because we want to make sure we get these cleaned. And always inspect the end of them, make sure it's not mushroomed over or anything, to make sure they haven't been tightened down too tight, because that can really cause you some issues when it comes to tuning in the future. Because if they're mushroomed over, they've got to be replaced. And both of these look fine, so we're in good shape there. So I think that is everything on the lower body. There is a little plastic piece in here I'm kind of concerned about. I don't know. Alright, that came right off. So set that aside, because I don't want the plastic to get tore up or anything like that from that degreaser. The Super Purple is actually pretty strong stuff. So, and this is supposed to be a polished carburetor, so I just want to make sure that we're not using something that's going to leave any kind of residue on it if possible. So, like I said, this section is done. So let's go ahead and get this sat down in the bucket. We'll let it start soaking. Barely fits. I'm gonna have to add some more water to it. We're gonna, because we still have to put our top plate in too. All right. So let's go ahead and pull this apart. Then we can kind of go from there. Let's see. There is a flathead screw right here, which will let you pull this section out. Pull that part off, just like that. Set all that stuff in there. And our this is our accelerator pump. It comes out as one whole piece. Okay, if I get the arm off, comes out as one whole piece. And you can tell that is dried up. Alright, so now we need to get something pokey. We're going to try to push the pin for the floats out. And then there's our float. There's our other one. Oh yeah, gunky. Get our needles out. Now, I'm going to need to get a bigger flathead. You want to make sure you're using a big enough flathead to go across the entire gap. Let's see if I can pull this gasket off real quick. That thing does not want to come out of there. So, let me go grab a screwdriver and get those out. those came out very nicely. Now underneath these, there will be fuel filters. They're little tiny little screens. I'll show you when I pull it out. Just a little screen. So set that aside. And it is on both sides. Set that aside. So now at this point, this is ready to get dunked down as well. So I think I will go ahead and do that, and then once it gets dunked, we'll see if we can get this gasket off a little bit more, see if it'll soften it up. So I'm gonna let this soak for quite a while, and then we'll come back to you guys. Get this open here, so we can get our small parts going. Stuff we're going to throw in here. I generally like to start with the smallest parts first, and you can put the bigger stuff on top of it. So let's put that in there. Let's get our metering rods. Now these metering rods are something you can change out to adjust how much fuel is getting given to your carburetor. That's how you tune an Edelbrock. Go ahead and throw all of these nuts and washers or holding plates and all that stuff in here as well. Pull that off there. We'll even go ahead and put all that in there. Because myself, even though I have a rebuild kit and it's an Edelbrock kit, I bought the accelerator pump as well as the rebuild kit, actual rebuild kit 1477. Even though that might have everything I need, sometimes you can get away with reusing some of the stuff that you have here, because things like those jets and things or needles and seats can be different. The only thing I'm not throwing in here is going to be our needles here, because they do have I believe it has a rubber end tip on it. Yeah, it has a rubber end tip on them, and you don't want this sitting in there, because this stuff will eat it. So I'm also going to throw our floats in there. Let's put these in there first, and we can put this in. And our floats can go in. Go ahead and throw these in as well, since I know where they all go now. That way they can get a good clean. And I think that's everything. So let's get that dumped. Now the floats are going to sit there and float around for a little while. I believe the kit may come with new ones. It may not. If not, I think I have a set. So if they need replaced, we can replace them. So we'll sit there and let that stew for a while. Same thing with the carburetor. I'm gonna add some more water to this bucket, and then, like I said, then we'll bring you guys back and we'll get to work on getting it blowed out, cleaned, and put back together. Real quick, while I'm thinking about it, because I didn't pull it out, right underneath where the squirter is, there's a little rectangle piece and then a ball. You gotta try to get that out too. Sometimes it can be stuck. There's that one arm. Let me get this out of here. Wiggle it around a little bit. There's the little rectangle piece. And there's a little ball down there too. So don't forget to pull that out. Alright, after a few hours of scrubbing and cleaning and blowing things off and blowing orifices out and making sure all the passages are nice and clean, we've got a nice clean carburetor, base and top. And now it's time to put it all back together. First thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start putting this top together. And we'll start with our needle and seats. You do get new ones in the box with the package. I do advise to confirm that the number is the same on yours as the new ones. I've already done so. Mine are 42. These are as well 42. So got our new filter screens in. Gonna go ahead and put the new ones in. Get that taken care of. There is an O-ring on the base of each one of these, so you just want to make sure that when you pulled it out, both little O-rings did come with it. So put these in here. Don't over tighten these, they don't need to be super crazy tight. Okay. Now our needles go in after that. Just like so. Then our float bowls will come back with their pins. And we're going to need to do a little bit of measuring on these float bowls. Make sure that they're in their right spot. Alright, there's one. Our float bowls did turn out to be good, so we are just reusing the ones that were in there. No need to change them, just keep the new ones on hand. Oh, that's on upside down. Who else got that? Alright. Now that's in. So now, we get the right tool here. Give me 1 second. Alright, I forgot I need to go ahead and put the gasket on. I was going to show you guys how to get your float set. 7/16 drill bit with the gasket in place and these floats in place. You should just be able to get the 7/16 drill bit to slide up underneath it. How's it going, son?
Not bad. Rebuilding the carburetor?
Yeah, rebuilding the carburetor. So on this other side, I'm gonna take the drill bit. As you guys can see, there's a really big gap there. So I'm gonna just go ahead and bend that down some. Then we're gonna check our drill bit again. Bend it down. We need to bend it down some more. Just a little at a time until you get it. All right, we're touching right there, so I just need to go up just a hair. All right, I think that right there is probably good enough with the gasket and such. All right, so there's that. The next thing you want to check is your float drop. So now you're going to take your carburetor, you're going to flip it over like this. And now we're checking our float drop here from the face to the float. Let me double check the instructions here, make sure I'm double doing this right. And we're doing it for the base, to the base of it. So we want 15/16 or 1 inch from the face to that. Okay. So what we could probably do now on this is we need to actually bend this tab in some on the back here. And we'll check it again. We want to get, like I said, we want to be at 1 inch from that to the base right there. So that is pretty close. Now if we look at this other side, get the gasket pushed up there. You can see we are nowhere near that 1 inch. So we need to bend this tab on the back here out. Let me flip this over and bend this tab out. Alright, bent it on a little bit. Let's check it again. So Checking for 1 inch. All right, we need to go some more. All right, let's try that one. And I'm going to say that right there is about our 1 inch. Double check our other side one more time. And we're right at about our 1 inch right there. Okay, so now let's flip it back this way. And let's double check our drill bit one more time. Good there. And good there. So that's how we set our floats. Not too difficult of a process, but I thought I'd share it with you guys. So we'll just keep on moving on to getting this thing taken care of. Go ahead and get my new accelerator pump. And the kit does come with an accelerator pump. They just sell it as a whole piece like this, makes it a little bit easier. I'm gonna save that other one as a just in case. So we need to slide that down through there. And we have an arm, this little elbow piece right here. There goes there. And we need our arm. And then the screw that holds it. This is a funny looking one. There it is. Here's the accelerator pump installed. And that's pretty much it for the top half. Let's move on to the bottom half. Okay.
Hello.
Hi, son. Can I help you?
No, I'm good.
All right.
Can I be in the video?
I mean, you are right now. I'm recording right now, son.
Can I come out?
I mean, I don't care, but I'm just recording. We're gonna put our air fuel adjusters in. Alright, now the base tune on this, I'm just gonna tighten it in all the way till it stops. You don't want to go super far. We're gonna go 1/2, 1, 1/2, 2. We're gonna do the same thing on this other side. All right. 1/2, 1, 1/2, 2. So there's our base tune on them. We're gonna need all of our other gaskets and such. That's the base gasket. There's our spring for our accelerator pump. We're going to put the new one in there, so we don't need that one. Alright. Alright, so here's our little bag of goodies of gaskets here. Oh, they gave us a little cap too. Alright. Now on the base you got this little ball goes right down in there, followed by the plunger. And we got new clips and all kinds of stuff in here. So let's see, this is our gasket for our squirter, so we'll go ahead and put our squirter on. Guess it'd help if I put it on the right way, wouldn't it? Here we go. And this is a 35 squirter, if I haven't told you. Okay. Now we need to get our piece here. Just sits in like that. See how much freer that goes now? Does it go this way? No. It goes just like that. We can put our big back ones on. A little clip stuck to that one. So that goes like. So it's gonna be this one here then. Yeah, there it is. These. There we go. Okay, use this to give those a good snug. Okay. There's all that. I'll go to the choke. These are all new clips. This is for our metering rods. And this arm here needs to go back over here. There we go. All right. Metering rods. These are the metering rod springs. That's our choke arm. We're already getting really close to being done with this rebuild. All right, so I think from there we can actually just go ahead and slap our carb top plate on. Go. Now we're fully seated. Here's our long one. Here's our long one. Goes in right there next to that. Okay. Now there were some fuel jets down in the bottom of those bowls I didn't show you guys. I didn't pull those out because generally with those kits, with these rebuild kits, you don't get those. So I didn't really feel the need to danger the flat head end on it, because all I really need to do is just clean out the orifice inside of it, which I did. So there's one right below here where your metering rods are on both sides, and then there's another one at the back end of each float. All right. We can give this a good snug. We just got to go through and hook our arms back up. Here we go. There's one. The other goes here. Well, they do provide new clips for all this stuff. It's just I'm not replacing them. I'm just going to throw those in the bag and hold on to them for just in case. We also have the choke arm over here we need to get on, which I did look at the instructions on the kit, and it says the top hole is for the 750, 1407. So that's where I'm going to put it. Let me double check that one more time. Yeah, 1407. The second hole is for 1405 and 1406. Or 1405, and then the bottom one's for 1406, or I'm not sure. Just says the top is for the 1407, which is what I have. So, this right here will replace this one on this. I was looking at getting a fuel kit for this, but I may be okay without getting it. Save a little money. Alright. I don't think we got new springs for the metering rods. It does come with new springs for the rod holder themselves here, which these are probably fine. Don't need to change those. Don't need a bolt plug. Those are all those little clips that I'm not gonna use. Just gonna save them. And that's what you should do right afterwards, is spill them everywhere. You ain't gonna get stuck to this thing. It doesn't look like it. Yeah, here's that new accelerator pump that it gives you. We're reusing the same springs then. So that'll go down inside there. Whoop, wait. I'm saying we're going to reuse the springs, and then I want to forget them. There we go. Okay, why isn't that going up and down free like? There we go. Get our plate. Oh, that's the other sides. No, they're just not one. There we go. Not want to cooperate. Ah. Almost done. I might need to look into getting one of these metering rod kits. It's not wanting to cooperate. What the heck? last thing to put on is the choke, and then we're done. So we need to take this little plastic piece, slide that over that. Then we have gasket and this dealy bobber. Alright. And that did kind of give us new little holders for this thing, so I'm going to go ahead and use them since they're nice and shiny. And it's one carb rebuilt. Alright. We're going to be using that one. So I'm going to plug. I didn't find a plug for this back here, but I found a nipple, so I'm just going to put a plug on that. Put a plug here. We'll use this one for our distributor, but I think I got this on wrong. And that is one rebuilt carburetor. Well, that's it for this episode of Twisted Wrench Garage. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll check you guys out on the next episode.